Hello, my name is Rafnum, and today I'm going to do something a little different. I have gone online and I have found a web page that has random questions. And I'm going to start with number 1, and I'm going to go down, and this is going to be a little series, and I'm going to record for a while, and we will see how many questions I can get answered and where this whole thing ends up going. So we're going to start with the top with number 1. Let me put it up here. Okie dokie. And so we're going to take these questions here, and we're going to go ahead and answer them one at a time, and go down the list. And you'll get to learn a little bit about me, and hopefully we'll have a little fun. I'll probably make a little series about this. If it goes well, that's what'll happen. We'll end up being a little series. So, question number 1. What's your full name? My full name is Robert Leonard Lawson. I am 34 years old. July 13th, 1985. Makes me a Cancer. My favorite color depends on the day. It could be green, it could be blue, it could be red, it could be pink. I have a lot of colors I like, and depending on my mood and the day, my favorite color will be a different one. Generally, it's green, but for the most part, it can vary completely. Now, what's your lucky number? Now, I've been asked this question numerous times, and when people learn a little about my history and how often the number 13 shows up in my life, people just assume that that's my lucky number because 8 and 5, because I was born in 85, 8 and 5 add up to 13. I was born on July 13th, Friday the 13th, according to my mom. Okay. My mom used to tell me this story. I was born on Friday the 13th at 1:13 in the afternoon, which, if you make that military time, that means 1,313 hours on 7/13/85, which that would mean I was born at 13:13 on the 13th of Friday. So my mom likes to tell me that. I've recently done, well, not recently, but I did some digging into that a little while ago, and found out that is not true. I was not born on Friday the 13th. I was not born at 1:13 in the afternoon. It's just a little story she likes to tell me. I was born on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know, something like that. But I was born on an odd day. I keep looking over here because Galaxy's sitting right there, and she's doodling on something, and she also is drawing on her leg, and she's distracting me. So it's if you see me looking that direction, it's because she's right there and she's doing something that's distracting me. Anyways, so my lucky number is actually 44. I am from California, in the United States.
Californians.
Oh, well, of course you're from California. I haven't lived anywhere other than California. No, I haven't. I haven't lived anywhere other than California. I've stayed in other states, but I've lived in California my entire life. Yes. I have relatives that live in have lived or live currently in several different states. And then, let's see, do I have any pets? Well, I have one. She's 13, and she's 5'2", 5'3", weighs about 150 pounds. She jumped on me just like 30 minutes ago and felt like she was going to crush my back.
Then you need to get in shape.
Heffalump. It just, being in shape wouldn't have anything to do with being heavy. You just jump on somebody's back, dive on their back. If they're laying there, it's gonna hurt. Doesn't matter how good a shape they're in. And I'm in a shape. I'm round. Round is a shape.
And I am
Rectangular. Alright, so where I'm from California. I am 6 feet tall. I wear a size 13 shoe. How many pairs of shoes do I own? Well, if we're talking just straight up shoes, I have 3 pairs of shoes. Now, shoes I consider like tennis shoes or sneakers or, you know, those kinds of things. Those are shoes. Now, there's a big difference between shoes, sandals, flip-flops, thongs, boots, and slippers.
Thong?
Thong. It's the type of... It's what they used to call the type of flip-flops. Well, flip-flops that would go... That had the cloth that would go between your toes. It was considered a thong because it had the piece that went between your toes. Like a thong, you have the piece that goes between your legs. You asked! You asked, so... but yeah, they used to be called thongs, and I think they were called thongs before thongs became a thing. Not sure about that. I'm gonna have to look that up. See, that's a thong. This images. This is the style. What is that? There's a fish. On the feet. That's weird. Okay, anyways. So, thongs, as far as shoes go, are like this style of shoe, where you've got this part right here that goes between your toes. Those are considered thongs as footwear. But anyways, back to what we were doing. Shoes. Yeah, I have 3 pairs of shoes, 1 pair of flip-flops, 1 pair of slippers, and 5 pairs of boots. I have 2 pairs of cowboy boots and 3 pairs of hiking boots. I like my boots. They're a little hard for me to wear right now because I am extremely large. So, one of my favorite comedians is Gabriel Iglesias. I used to say I was fluffy, like Gabriel. But I have far surpassed the fluffy stage. I am now... oh, hell no sizes. You know, as Gabriel said, the difference between the damn and oh, hell no is you're still willing to work with the damn. Because you see a guy that's that size coming towards you in the elevator, you're like, damn, okay, let me just scoot over a little bit. But oh hell no, you see them coming towards the elevator, and you're like, oh hell no, close, no. That's the level that I'm at right now. I am the guy you don't want to ride on the elevator with you. I mean, I've got wings. I have some muscle there too.
A little.
She's mean. Alright, so I guess if you're counting everything, I have 3, 4, 5, 10 pairs of shoes. I am not your typical guy. Well, I don't know. A lot of guys, especially guys that like boots, they have a lot of boots. A lot of boots, because you have the 1 pair that you just wear around. You've got the 1 pair that is your nice pair of boots, and then you've got like work boots. And a lot of times you have more than 1 pair of each because, unless you have like a generic brown color for your wear around boots, you'll have more than 1 pair of each because you want a different color depending on the hat that goes with it. I'm a hick. I'm a hillbilly. I wear Wranglers and boots and hats. And I like to have my hat match my boots. And that's how most of us guys, at least where I live, that's how most of us guys that are like me, that wear Wranglers boots and hats, are. Our hat has to match our boots. So we have multiple pairs of boots in order to have our boots match our hats. Right now I only have 2 hats that I actually consider my cowboy hats that I actually wear when I feel like looking nice and going out. As I drop into my Southern roots accent. Anytime I start talking about the way that I dress or start getting excited about something, I always drop into this Southern accent. I don't know why exactly. When I talk normally to people, I talk normal, and once I've dropped into my Southern accent, I have to actually make a concerted effort. I have to make a mental effort to get out of that accent. Like, I just had to force myself out of that accent just now in order to go back into my normal voice. Well, normal voice. I guess my Southern accent would really be my normal voice, and it really depends on who I'm around and how long I'm around them, whether I stick with this voice or I drop into my Southern accent, and it depends on the subject I'm talking about or whatever like that. So I guess I'm weird. I have 2 accents that are my primary accents. Especially when I start to sing. If I'm singing all day long, I will be talking in a Southern accent all day long because I'm a country boy, especially when it comes to music. I'm a country boy.
I have 2 accents too. One is my really quiet, and it's kind of like, I call it my ghost tone. Because when I'm in my ghost tone, I am really low, and it's very high pitched, and I can't do it right now. My mouth is too dry.
Here, have some water that I know you haven't drank very much of. Come on, muscles.
Yeah, I still can't do it. It also comes out a lot when I'm super annoyed with someone and I'm trying to hide it, like hide my annoyance.
So it's your quiet voice. It's like your inside, your own head voice when you're basically talking to yourself.
Yeah.
You
but
know,
I sometimes, like yesterday, this stuff was happening at school, and it came out, and it was starting to simmer out after class, but it wasn't fully gone. You could tell it was still there because I wasn't talking like this.
Well, that kind of voice for me is Jeff Foxworthy. It just is. Don't ask me why, but it is. But yeah, so I have a lot of boots because of my hats, which puts me at 10 pairs of shoes. And then we go to the next question, number 12. If you were prime minister / ruler of the world with laws... Oh, sorry. If you were prime minister or ruler of the world, what laws would you make? I would never want to be the prime minister or ruler of the world because I would be a terrible ruler. I have no idea what laws to make because I just don't. I really have no idea what laws I would make. I would like for there to be something that prevented people from hurting each other and was stricter punishments for people that do things wrong. I think your punishment should fit your crime. I have very strong feelings about that, and I'm not going to put them on here because they're something that I don't want to get in trouble for saying them, for one thing, and for another thing, my opinions are very strong and they're not for everybody. And if you get to know me better and you actually talk to me and have a normal conversation with me, you'll get to know some of my feelings about things and stuff like that. And I'm very passionate about things I believe in. Now, I have absolutely no problem if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're bisexual, if you're a guy who's trapped in the body of a girl, if you're a girl who's trapped in the body of a guy. I have the issue of labeling everybody like that. I have a huge issue with putting a label on everybody. If you're a human, you're human. If you're a boy, you're a boy. If you're a girl, you're a girl. If you're a boy, if your body is male, but you mentally feel like you're a woman, then you're a woman. You're a girl. There shouldn't be this label to specifically say, oh, that person is transgender, they're different. That means you're labeling somebody, you're saying they're different. They're not different. They're normal. They're a girl in a guy's body. And the other way around. If you're in a girl's body and you feel like you're a guy, you're a guy. You're not transgender. Transgender is a state of being. It's a state between when you are actually transitioning your physical body to match your mental body. So when you are transgender, that means you're transitioning. That's not a sex. There are men and there are women. Mentally, you're one or the other. Physically, you may not be in the right body. When you become transgender is when you start to change your body, but that is not your sex. You are still male or female, whatever your mindset is. Transgender is just your transition to being male or female. That is how I feel about that. That is the only thing that I'm going to go into in depth about, because I am sick and tired of people saying, let's not label everybody, but then labeling everybody. And I am sick and tired of people using these labels as a means to say that we're being mean to each other or rude to each other or anything like that. I'm sorry, if you are male, if you're in a male body and you're female and I call you a him, it's not because I'm trying to be rude, it's because of ignorance. I don't know that you feel like you're a girl, or vice versa. If you're a girl's body, but you're a guy mentally, I'm sorry, I don't know that you're a guy mentally. If you tell me those things, I will refer to you as long as I remember, and I'm very forgetful. So if I do it a couple times, calling you the wrong sex a couple times, I'm sorry. It's not because I'm trying to be rude. It's because I have the memory. My memory is worse than a goldfish. Okay, I can't remember anything.
You mean Dory?
No, Dory still remembered stuff. I don't remember nothing. A small brain, small, itty, bitty, teeny brain, me.
My brain's bigger than your brain.
Shush. Your brain is younger than mine too. So I don't think there should be laws or anything like that regarding your sex, your gender, or whatever, the person you're in love with, the person you're not in love with, whatever, doesn't matter.
We're all human.
Exactly. We're all human beings. We're all people. Love each other. That's all that matters. Accept people for who they are. Stop being so narrow-minded and shutting yourself down and not opening up to people, because some of the most amazing people are those people that you refuse to acknowledge or talk to because of their religious, political, sexual, whatever their standings are. There are amazing people out there. One of the coolest guys I ever met in high school, after we graduated from high school, he came out of the closet because he was gay. And he was terrified of coming out during high school because he was afraid of getting made fun of and beat up and stuff like that. And when he came out, nobody cared because he was just a cool guy. And he didn't use the fact that he was gay to try to do anything with anybody else or anything like that. And that's the other thing. People that are afraid of gay people, I'm going really deep into this, but people that are afraid of gay people, it's almost like they're afraid they're going to catch some disease or something like that. It's not a disease. Being gay just means that you like the same sex as you are. It's not a disease. It's not something you catch. And it's not something that can be passed on. If you're that way, you're that way. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Ever. There's never anything wrong with being you. Personally, I think you should always be you. Be who you are. And if people don't like it, screw them. You don't need them. Just fuck them. Don't care. If they don't like you for who you are in every way, shape, and form, they don't deserve to be part of your life. Sometimes you have to deal, in life you have to deal with people like that. There are always people that are like that in your life. As you grow older, as everything. Bosses, co-workers, parents, grandparents, anything like that. There are always people like that. But also, you have to understand everything about yourself. Like, just as an example, somebody says that they're bisexual. They like both men and women, but they don't feel comfortable with doing the same stuff with one sex or the other that they would with the other sex. That's not being bisexual. Bisexual means you have no problems with doing anything at all with either sex, male or female. You can kiss them, you can hug them, you can have sex with them, you can marry them, you can date them, male or female. That's bisexual. It's not, oh, she's pretty, he's pretty, oh, I like both. That's not how that works. If you would kiss a guy, but not a girl, that means you're attracted to guys. If you would kiss a girl, but not a guy, it means you're attracted to girls. If you're willing to have sex with both of them, but you would never consider marrying one of them, that just means that that's a different issue that I won't go into. Anyway, sorry about that. We went off on quite the tangent there. And it got kind of deep. Where were we? Prime Minister. Alright, 13. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have?
Personally, I would like to have winter. Just winter.
Winter. So just winter. Okay, stay away from me. I hate the cold. I hate the hot,
the cold never bothered me anyway.
I hate the hot. What are you talking about? You're always cold. You're always like, I'm freezing. I'm cold. Can I use your jacket? It looks like a freaking cape on you, but sure. You're wearing my cloak. Wait, that's not my cloak. That's my jacket. What? Why is there a cloak on you? Superpowers. For me, I would probably do a healing factor. Like
Wolverine style or Deadpool style?
Wolverine style. Wolverine's healing factor is better than Deadpool's, and that is because of the adamantium in Wolverine's body. Deadpool does not have the adamantium in his body. Wolverine can come back from the same wounds that Deadpool can, and he's really hard to kill. The only reason why Deadpool is viewed as having a better healing factor than Wolverine is because Thanos put a curse on Deadpool, making it so that he literally could not die. So, even if you disintegrated him down to nothing, he would still come back because he was not capable of dying. Wolverine's healing factor is actually the same as Wade Wilson's, as Deadpool's. But actually, if you really think about it, it's more powerful because the adamantium in his body was poisoning him constantly. That's what ended up. That's one of the things in one of the story arcs. That's what killed him in the end, was the adamantium poisoning, because the poisoning got so bad that his healing factor couldn't keep up anymore. And another one is because he lost his healing factor after they removed the adamantium from his skeleton and all that stuff. But completely different thing. So if you really think about it, Wolverine had the best healing factor out of anybody in Marvel Comics, because he was having to fight off a poison as well as recovering from bullet wounds, being stabbed. He had his head cut off at one point, and he recovered from that, just like Wade Wilson. The only times that he ever died officially in the comic books was when he was completely disintegrated. The adamantium poisoning killed him, and they took away his healing factor. So, regardless, I would have a healing factor. I don't care whose it is. I would have a healing factor. Deadpool's, Wolverine's, don't care. And I don't know. I think I'd be good with just the healing factor. Yeah, I think that would be it. Just the healing factor. What would my hero name be? You're mean. I don't know, what would your hero name be? That was loud. Shush you!
Wonderland?
Wonderland?
Because it doesn't matter when you're Wonderland.
Oh, I thought you were talking like Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland is like obsession style. The cat.
Cheshire Cat. Let's see, my superhero name. That guy. I'd be that guy. What outfit would I wear? Normal clothes?
My outfit would probably end up...
You know what? Actually, I take it back. It just occurred to me. I want a healing factor, lightning fast reflexes, and extreme sight, like accuracy.
I just changed my mind. I want to be a combination of Doctor Strange and Wanda.
Okay. So magic.
Yeah, magic. Magic, period.
Wanda controls fate. So do you want to control fate and magic? Or just magic?
Fate and magic.
Okay, you're evil and you can stay away from me.
Oh, and Loki. Loki's shapeshifter.
You are truly evil now. Stay away from me. Okay. So those would be my superpower names, my superpower abilities, and Galaxy superpower abilities. I would be the gunslinger, and my outfit would be my boots, Wranglers. I'd have 6 shooters on.
Are you No. What is his name with the cards?
Gambit?
Gambit, yeah.
No.
I was like,
no. Basically, I would dress in my normal country boy clothes. You know, my boots, my Wranglers, my belt with my 6 shooters, 1 on each side, a button-up shirt, and a leather duster.
Okay, my costume.
With my hat, cowboy hat. Cowboy hat, not this hat.
My costume would probably end up being my regular clothes, which is shorts and a sweatshirt. But I would have a small mask, you know, like the Incredible style mask.
The one that goes around the entire face?
No.
Or like the Robin style?
Oh, yeah, Robin style.
Okay. The one that's actually formed to your face?
Yeah.
Rather than just being a black censor strip that you can see through? What was your last dream about?
Oh, God.
Pizza.
My last dream was about a bombing.
A bombing?
It was more of a nightmare. Let's just say...
You have a lot of nightmares. And they usually involve me dying. Your nightmares are evil to me. Hey, bombing.
Okay. So, me and a couple of my friends, we were at school. And there was a teacher. It was like a random day. I was much older and so were my friends. It was like a reunion thing.
Uh-huh.
But it was at the school that I go to. And we were all laying in the grass. We heard some explosions out in the distance, and we were like, oh, I wonder where those are coming from. And then we heard one getting closer, and we're like, uh-oh. And we got up and we started walking, and then one blew up near the park. So we started running, like, super fast. And this wasn't the first time this had happened to us. And we kind of just ran into the abyss. My dream turned black, and then I woke up.
Huh. Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay. Well, what would you do if you won the lottery? Oh, sorry. My dream was about pizza. I said mine was about pizza, and then she went off and was explaining hers, and I didn't even explain mine. I made a pizza, and then it ate me. That was my dream. I was eaten by my own pizza. Question number 17. What would you do if you won the lottery? Well, which lottery, for one thing? Are we talking the Super Lotto? Like the California lottery, or the United States lottery, or what lottery are we talking about? If we're talking about the one that is regularly getting up to $65 million, I would buy a house for me. Well, actually, I would buy an acre of land, at least, maybe a couple acres of land, and then I would have a house built in the middle of the property. And if you go and watch my Minecraft videos, I have a detailed explanation on what my house would look like. Like the exact way I'd have my house built if I were able to build my dream house. And then I would buy my mama house. I would buy myself a brand new truck. And also with the house, I would do solar and all electric water heater, all that stuff. So I wouldn't have to worry about paying an electric bill. I would only have to worry about like water, and then cell phones and stuff like that. And I would donate a massive chunk of it to cancer research. And then I'd probably donate half of it to cancer research, especially if it was the one that is regularly up to $65 million, and I want $65 million, which you don't get $65 million, you get maybe half of it. But still, $15 million, half of it would go to cancer research, and the other half would be used for buying a house, buying a car, buying my mom's house, and then putting the rest of it into a savings account, and basically living off of that for the rest of my life, and continuing to do what I love, playing video games on YouTube and doing this kind of stuff on YouTube. And I would live off the interest that my money would earn through a savings account. Because if you do it right, I mean, every month you get interest on a savings account, and if you put your money in there and don't, make sure you don't spend more than you're gonna get back in your month of interest that you get, you can live off that easy and continue to grow your wealth. There are taxes you have to pay and all that kind of stuff, but still, you could live off that easily for a very, very long time. Would you like to build or design your own house? I kind of answered that already. I would like to build and design my own house. I have it all in my head, the exact way that I would want it to be built. Which form of public transportation do you prefer? I don't like public transportation because it costs money. Around here, where we live, there is only a bus system, and you have to pay, I think it's $2.50 now to ride the bus. And that's it. You pay $2.50 to ride the bus. What form of public transportation do you prefer?
Bike.
That's not public transportation, but public transportation is like a bus, train, plane, that kind of stuff. Stuff that more people than just your family ride on.
Probably I have to say the bus. bus because I haven't been on a plane nor a train.
Okay. And the last question we're going to do for today is, what talents do you have? Well, I can sing. I feel like I'm pretty good at singing. I've been told I'm good at singing. I am very witty and quick on the draw when it comes to a snarky remark. So I guess I find myself funny at times, and being that I go off on these tangents, and whoever I'm with when I go off on these tangents usually ends up bursting into fits of laughter to the point where they can barely breathe. Galaxy, hey, talking to you, because I never do that with you, do I? What?
Never.
So I guess the ability to think of things quickly that I can't think right now.
For me, if I were to do talents, I am an artist. If you go to my channel, there's lots of art there.
I'll put a link to her channel in the description.
I'm a really good counselor. It's a weird thing.
That runs in the family. I got nicknamed Dr. Phil in high school. And she's the same way.
For me, it's like when people look into my eyes, they get absorbed into the color.
And they just start spouting whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't work on me. Your powers of mind, Scrooge, don't work on me. Mind Scrooge. But yeah, so that's 20 questions, and I think we'll do 20 every time we do this. I think that'll be good. We'll do 20 at a time. If they end up being short, quick answers, we'll do some more. We'll do more than 20, but for the most part, I think we'll just stick with doing 20 per video. So this was random questions with Rofnum and Galaxy. Hey, if you guys want to answer some of these questions yourselves, I will put them all in the description, and you guys can answer them. It could be kind of fun. I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say for your answers to some of these questions. Any of them, all of them. No, that way I can get to know you, get to know my fans a little better. So please put answers to these questions down in the comments, and I will read them, and I'll probably reply to most of them. I try to reply to all the comments that I get. I haven't gotten very many yet, but I try to reply to anybody who comments as quickly as I can. Usually as soon as I see the comment, I will give a reply to it. But I had fun with this, and I'm looking forward to doing more of this next time. But until then, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please make sure to snuggle up to that like button, give a little bit of love, nuzzle that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this when they come out. I'm making sure to put out at least one video a day. And if you really like the stuff, and you ring that bell, and that way you can always know when I post a new video on my channel. Until next time, keep your head up, keep moving forward. This is Rofnum
and Galaxy
signing off.